Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Today I want to make another top 5 video, and if you guys ever have a top 5 that you want me to do, let me know down below. I am always open to suggestions. Today's top 5 is the top 5 things that should be added to GTA Online. The casino update is right around the corner, and there are still many things that players have requested. The casino update is probably fan requested as well, because if you think about it, people have been requested for a casino for years, and Rockstar made it seem like they were never going to do it, but they did, and it's coming out this Tuesday. Bikers was also a fan requested update. They did not plan on doing that originally, but when so many people wanted a Bikers update, it was added. That means if the community requests something enough, Rockstar may add it. This list is focusing on 5 major things that should be added. I made a video of 5 things I would improve many months ago, but this video is focusing on mostly gameplay features, massive updates that could still be added, and make the game better. Now, let's get started. Starting off at number 5, we have add a new business. This is most likely to be added with the casino. I guess we will have to see. The reason a new business is important is because it adds more life to free mode. The last time we had a new business was with Nightclub DLC, back in July of 2018, a full year from this video. In between that time, we had the Arena Wars, but it added no activities to free mode. And it wasn't even a business, it was an adversary mode with a property. It added nothing new to free mode except some new vehicles. Businesses are very important to free mode. In fact, a lot of people do not realize just how important they are. Many people criticize Red Dead Online for not having enough activities, and I agree it should have more. However, many people forget GTA Online was in the exact same state in launch of October of 2013. When it first came out, there was not much to do in free mode. Sure, you could buy some vehicles and an apartment, but what was there to do after that? People were endlessly grinding contact missions similar to stranger missions in Red Dead Online. The only difference is that strangers in Red Dead Online were in free mode versus separate lobby in GTA Online, but it lacked activities. Businesses are what made GTA Online into what it is today. Think about it. GTA Online became what it is today after the Heist update. Heist added a ton of new missions, vehicles, which got more people into the game, but then a year later, CEO crate warehouses were added. Then 4 months later, MC businesses were added. Then 2 months later, import-export warehouses, and half a year later, bunkers. Then 2 months later, hangars. These businesses added so many new ways to make money. You didn't have to connect to a separate lobby like a heist. You could do them all in free mode. You had to do them in a public session, which should change. You should be able to do them in an invite-only session, but they were all doable in free mode. This is where me and many other players made most of our money grinding from these businesses. But the money earned from these businesses is not the best part for me. I have almost 800 million grinded, and I really want a new business. Not to grind money, but something new to do. I like doing the businesses. I've been doing crates, MC business, and import-export vehicles for years. Add something new to do, a new business, a new way to make money, make it profitable, but most importantly, make it fun. Don't let it become another hangar. I asked the chat in my stream once, would you guys like a new business in free mode? And the chat exploded with yes please. People want a new property, a new way to generate money, and new activities. And if it's solo friendly, a lot of people are going to like it even more, so hopefully the casino adds some kind of business aspect with it. Next at number 4, we have improved Heist. I have a number of things that can change Heist and make it much better. Starting off with the biggest change. If they ever add more Heist in the game, to stop them from becoming really repetitive, like the others, they should make them more like story mode. How? By adding different approaches, more detailed roles. In the Heist that we have now, there are no different approaches. Instead, we're doing it the same way each time, and that's what makes it so repetitive. Doing the same thing over and over and over again. If they add a new heist, have it have 2 different approaches, different setup missions for it, and also better payouts. Which brings me to my next point. The Doomsday Heist vastly improved heist, where you could do the new heist with 2 people. They should still be improved, where if you're doing a heist that doesn't require an important role like a setup mission, and someone leaves, it shouldn't kick you out and put you back into free mode. That can be so annoying when someone leaves and the mission ends and you get put back in free mode. Also, these setup missions, if they do have stealth, they should have more variety. The best example of this is the server farm mission for Act 1 the Doomsday Heist. In this heist, the first portion is mandatory stealth. You have to do stealth. The second portion inside, it's not mandatory stealth, but you can still stealth kill all the enemies. But even if you stealth kill all of them, you still get detected once you hack 3 machines. That's ridiculous. It should be that if you kill all the enemies quietly, you can leave without any kind of alarm. But instead, after you hack 3 terminals, you have an entire army of new SWAT spawned down here, making this one of the most frustrating missions. Lastly, all original heists should have their payouts increase. Since a new heist, you can do it 2 people and for more money. They should also be something like pro heists. I remember in Payday 2, when you had a pro heist, you paid a little bit more money for the heist, but got a lot more back. Imagine they had something like that in GTA Online. You pay a little more for the heist. You only have 1 chance to do it, so it's a challenge. If anyone messes up the heist, it's gone. But if you complete it, you get double the regular pay. If they had a challenge like that, I guarantee you a lot more people would be playing heists. Moving on to number 3, we have a naval update. Even though I am not a fan of the militarization, I personally think there is enough military vehicles in this game. One military update that I would be okay with is a naval one. The reason I think a naval DLC would be good is because it's very different from all the other military stuff. Think about it this way. Gunrunning was a land-based military DLC. Smuggler's Run was an air-based military DLC. We have not had a naval DLC, and I have seen a lot of people request this DLC. I have noticed that people who are against the naval DLC, most of the time they're not against it for the military aspect, but they're against it because they believe that it will be boring. I disagree. If it's executed properly, the update will be a success. How would a naval DLC work? It would have a new property on the water, most likely something like an oil rig. You have a boat garage where you can customize all the new naval vehicles, and you also have an office where you can launch missions for the brand new naval business. What would it be like? Similar to Smuggler's Run, but on the water. But here's the thing. Unlike Smuggler's Run, hangars, this one will be done properly. We would have a lot of new boats to collect cargo with on the water. These would range from new speedboats, attack boats, maybe an anti-air boat. We could also add some amphibious planes and helicopters. You would be able to retrieve multiple crates solo, unlike Smuggler's Run, and the missions would range from diving underwater for crates, ambushing boats on the water, shooting down a plane over the water, etc. You would deliver these crates to your oil rig, and then you could sell it. You could also use custom delivery vehicles, and it would be solo friendly. We could also add a new water-based MOC. Naval World in GTA Online is so big, and it isn't used to its full potential, so I think a naval DLC would be a great idea. The underwater world is so large, a new submarine could be added as well, and you could also not just have new crate missions, but also new missions like VIP work on the water, and also you could find random loot underwater, like in the single player. I think a lot more people would be exploring the ocean then. I think a naval DLC, if it's done right, it has a lot of potential to be one of the best DLCs ever added. At number 2, we have a crime-themed update. The casino update may be this update, we will have to see. What I mean by a crime-themed update is an update that is focusing on the crime aspect of GTA. Yes, I would like a naval update, but what this game also really needs is an update focusing on the criminal element. Grand Theft Auto is a game where you play as a criminal, and you try to be successful and become rich. We have had updates in the past that focused on this. For instance, you see me helping my friend sell his cocaine and meth business here. We were biker gangs, running various illegal drug businesses. We had import-export, where we ran a stolen car ring. We would change the plates on the cars and sell them. We had the original heists, which were mostly criminal-themed. Then the military update started. And while this is not necessarily a bad thing, every update now has had some military stuff shoved into it. We have had Gunrunning, which is a military update, then Smuggler's Run, which were both good updates, but then we had the Doomsday Heist, which was an entirely military update as well, but it also had a ton of futuristic stuff. And I understand that GTA is not meant to be a realistic game, but I cannot take the criminal aspect seriously when I see things like Deluxos flying around or an evil billionaire who has a clone army. Every update has some military stuff in it, even the After Hours DLC. A nightclub DLC had an Oppressor Mark II, which has nothing to do with nightclubs. It looks like the casino update is focusing on crime, and I have seen people in the comments who are concerned that there are not going to be any military vehicles in the casino update. Would that really be a bad thing if there is no military vehicles? I want the casino to focus on the casino, not some warlord action. Some people act like if a DLC is not going to have weaponized vehicles, it's going to suck. I would remind these people, once again, to look at updates like Bikers. We had various drug and illegal businesses. We had motorcycle clubs, new MC contracts, and clubhouses. The update was filled with so much content, and yet it had no weaponized vehicles in it. There was other updates like it. The casino update looks like we will have a new business, a new penthouse, garage space, new supercars, new missions, and gambling, and a lot of customization and new activities. This update looks like it's packed full of stuff. You don't need weaponized vehicles to make an update good. Just look at the updates in the past, they have proven this. Before I unveil the number 1 thing that should be added to GTA Online, I wanted to make a few special mentions. The first is an increase in associate pay. Associate pay, and we could also put prospect pay on here. They should be much higher than what they are. I was talking with one of my friends the other day, and a lot of people don't want to be associates or prospects, they would rather be an MC president or a CEO. The reason is the pay just isn't great for helping someone. You can't really blame people either, as the crate missions, they don't get anything for helping them deliver them. They only get an extra $500 per 15 minutes for each crate mission you complete. It's awful. Here you can see I started getting griefed on my way to the warehouse, and I had a pretty complicated mission where I had to go out to sea. And during this time, I only got $10,000, and that was for being in the CEO for 15 minutes. What they should do is each time you deliver crates, the associates should get $10,000 each time the source mission is over. That is fair and would encourage people to help more often. Plus, keep the extra $10,000 per 15 minutes. That together would encourage people to help others more often. Another special mention that we have is more VIP work or client jobs. We have a lot of VIP work in this game, and MC contracts, and the most recent client jobs. We haven't had any new VIP work for years. Years. People are just constantly grinding Headhunter as one example of one, but doing the same thing over and over and over again just gets boring and repetitive. Please add brand new VIP work, new jobs, make them fun and profitable, and don't lock them behind purchasing vehicles, and I guarantee you people would play them a lot. Our last special mention is new free mode activities, please. I'm playing Criminal Damage here, which is one of the best free mode activities, but a lot of them are just really bad, like fly under the most bridges, and that one takes 10 minutes to do. There should be more free mode activities. Business battles are probably one of the best free mode activities. Every time I see a business battle, even if it's one of the worst business battle missions, I still do them, because I like collecting business battles. But these free mode events that spawn, they're just really bad oftentimes, so we need more activities. You know, back in the day, we used to have armored trucks, we used to have random crate spawns as well with Ron and Trevor, we had smugglers planes that we would shoot down for Trevor. We should have a lot of these activities back, new things to do in free mode, new random events that'll spawn. Please bring them back. And the number one thing that should be added to GTA Online that I've seen the most amount of people request is mansions. But not just mansions, customizable mansions. The closest thing that we have to mansions right now are stilt houses, and while these are nice, there are so many mansions around the map that will be perfect for player housing in the future. I understand that some of these mansions are during missions, which would explain why they can't be used, but there are many others that have never been used in missions. I mean, take a look at the mansions that I'm flying over. I bet many people would love to own these. What is frustrating is that mansions are still not available. Sure, we get a penthouse with the new casino DLC, but many people would like a mansion. Me, I have almost grinded to 800 million on this game. 800 million, and I can't own a mansion? And the mansion locations aren't just in the city. There are many mansion locations in Chumash, right outside on the coast. If they ever do add mansions, the most important thing is for them to be customizable, not something like themes we had in the high-rise apartment. We should instead be able to change the floor colors, the wall colors, move furniture around, place different objects in different rooms. That would encourage players to visit other mansions, and it would add more variety to them. If someone has the exact same mansion as you, there isn't really a point in visiting them, and this was a mistake with the apartments in GTA Online. Each apartment was the exact same. If you got invited to your friend's apartment, you knew it was identical to yours, so there wasn't really much of a purpose to going there. They should be customizable, and not just that, but expensive to make them a challenge to get, but not extremely expensive. They should also have a room where you can control all of your businesses from, and some new features. Mansions are the most requested thing in the game, and we still to this day don't have them. And that is that for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.